Hey everybody, Orange Podcast Bad, episode 98. So most
Wow.
likely Wednesday will be 100. I think Wednesday we're working on some more I Am the Science for you guys. You guys seem to like that stuff we're working on with that. Tuesday we'll see what goes on. I haven't heard from the Canuck. I don't know if we'll run Thursday or Friday this week, but we'll let you know. We'll keep you up to date. You can just follow the page over there on X, at Sean Strom. We'll try and keep you abreast of what's floating.
Bro, we can't do the 100th show on Friday. I'll be out of town.
Well, if we do tomorrow with Edward, Wednesday would be number 100.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So think about that. We look forward to that. So, you mentioned we were working on. We only did one episode of it. I told you totally unprepared, but I have a reason why I'm going to ask. You wanted to get more into the strategic planning and the change in dynamic of today's military versus the last 30 years.
Sure.
And I want to get into, because there's a reason I want to get into this, the sea of exploding drug boats. Now, that's nothing new. We've been seeing this since the war on terror. Oh, and whether you like the president or didn't like the president, everyone goes, man, you've given the president an awful lot of authority to just drop ordnance on whatever the hell he feels is a threat. And that really wasn't constitutional before. You had a limited 90-day window, then you had to go to Congress, ask for a declaration of war. So what I'm looking, I want to get your opinion. I'm totally okay with blowing drug boats out of the water. That's not the issue. But does this could to the Constitution or to the Congress, could this look like they should have some purview? And this is we're actually at war with a country, being specifically Venezuela. Any thoughts there?
So here's what is not conveyed to the public. We have boots on the ground infiltrating all of the cartels, all of the shippers, all of the movers, all of the receivers. So, Lester Holt likes to report on, innocent people in international waters out on a joyride in their 47-foot Donzi were blown out of the water by the Trump administration. Well,
did you see their beautiful fishing poles?
Yeah, the reality of it is we've got the number, we've got the registration number of that boat. We've had boots on the ground following that boat, and they are radioing or giving a sit rep in some form or another back to the United States saying, hey, these boys are shipping out in the morning. They got 1,100 pounds of coke. They got 45 pounds of fentanyl, and here it is. And what they don't show you, what for some reason that I don't understand, is that they mask what the load is on the boat. So when you see the drone showing the picture, you'll see that little gray square that's right in front of the cabin. Well, that's where all the dope is. And so I don't know why they don't unmask that and just show it. But we know who the boat belongs to, what is loaded on it, and when it's going to leave and where it's scheduled to go. And when it hits international waters, we end the threat.
And those
Nobody
down there,
reports that, Sean.
Nobody reports that. I want to be clear, though, that we've been doing that type of work. Not necessarily. That's not military work. That's intelligence work. We've been doing that type of work.
1992, I joined the FBI DEA drug task force in South Florida. That's how long we've been doing it.
Yeah, we've been doing that type of on the ground intelligence work since World War II when we got some Germans to come over to our side and say, "Hey, we
Yeah.
you wanna know how we did it? You
Yeah.
guys wanna know how we did it? Give us
Yep.
asylum. We'll
Yeah.
tell you how we did it." And
Right.
we've been doing it ever since. We've been on the
Yeah.
ground.
Yep.
I mean, all the movies, and they try to make it look goofy, but the guy speaks perfect whatever dialect of Venezuelan, right? Because it's Spanish, but it's a completely different dialect. They'll have different slang, different words.
Yep.
They embed themselves. They live there for years. They raise foreign families there. You've seen some of that in the television show Narcos, right? That they actually have an American family, and then they have this other family. The other family believes they're the family
Yeah.
because they're so embedded in what they're doing with this.
Right.
This isn't new, and attacking targets has not been new. I guess where I'm looking at where I'm going with because Rand Paul just annoys the crap out of me.
Oh.
He really does. But he's bringing up, I think the point he's trying to get at, and you and I have mentioned this before, is if you want presidents to not have this unilateral authority to just drone strike now, it used to be bomb. We just drop bombs on people, a president one. Then you
Bro,
have got
bro,
to get
could I
rid of.
just let me interrupt a minute? Back in my day, in the late 80s, early 90s, we were literally throwing ordnance out of a King Air.
Right, right.
We're like, okay, whoo. No,
Close.
it was that rudimentary. Yeah.
I missed him. Circle around.
Yeah. Damn it.
Like, I had no idea how much wind was gonna be. Sure, sure,
Yeah.
it was the wind. It was the wind. Oh, where Rand Paul's going, I think he's just not being clear. What he needs to do is just come out and say, "Hey, look, Congress, you need to just get back together and declare the end of the war on terror." And then that resets everything to pre
Yeah,
9/11.
that's right.
That gives the president 90 days for
Uh-huh.
any incursion.
That's
After
right.
90 days, he has to stop and go to the floor of Congress and plead his case to Congress so Congress would declare war. That's where I'm going with that. And I still
No,
think
I got you.
Rand
Yeah.
Paul's a complete douchebag that is just a never Trumper. Kentuckians, if you're listening, I get it. You love the guy. Check into his voting record. It's really bizarre how he votes for Biden level spending, votes for Biden to all kinds of military aid to Ukraine, but then Trump gets in and he's like, I can't believe we're spending so much, the national debt, and you're like, where were you the last 4 years, Rando?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so, uh, I'll
I get it.
no, I probably can't share that on the podcast, but you and I'll talk offline. I had an interesting call a couple of days ago asking me to, go to work for a certain group.
Sure. Well, uh, what's going to be interesting though is I hate talking about this shutdown, but I think with this shutdown, I think you're going to see a lot of people shuffling stuff back and forth. I mean, I don't know. They said they found the donor that paid the military payroll at 120 million for this pay cycle.
Yeah,
And I think you're going to start seeing some of that because people are
yeah,
just sick of the bullshit in
and they're
Washington.
sick of it. They just don't they're
They're like,
sick of it.
"Fuck you, I'll fund it. I'll
Yep,
fund the military,"
yep,
which is really incredible. Like, if you think about that, when they were talking about oligarchs, you got the opposite of an oligarch. You got somebody giving away $120 million of his own money,
yeah.
so an E5 can pay
Let's
for his
keep
2
the
kids and
boys
his wife,
going. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. But Bernie's out there saying tax the billionaires, end the billionaires. No, the billionaires are like, screw you. I'm willing to chip in because Chuck Schumer is he he's just going to keep the government shut down. So,
And it's because he's scared of AOC.
oh, I totally believe that. The problem is ALC has, and she has had unlimited options right now because she's got Chuck terrified. The other problem is there was a rally, a big old rally for Mamdani last night. So
Oh
they
yeah,
brought out the rock stars. They brought out AOC. They brought out
yeah.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie was there. They're all holding hands and
Holchel,
going like this, and
Holchel was
you
there.
know,
The crowd
fuck
was much.
America, socialism in New York.
Yes, and the crowd was much younger than the No Kings
Oh
people.
yeah, all the couch riders were like, "Yeah, that's what we want, free
Right.
everything."
So,
Yeah, I gotta fund my pot smoking.
but why is it always AOC the headliner? AOC is the party, not Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer's lost control, and for a number of different reasons. Part of it is he's just too old.
Yeah,
But he's lost the ability to lead. He's scared to death of the bases now.
yeah,
They call themselves, this argument's going around on X right now. Oh, they're democratic socialists. I said that's communist, and they're like, no, 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 it's totally different than communist. I said,
no, it's not.
no, it's not. Just wait.
Yeah,
You're gonna find out. And they're
yeah,
like, we're only going to tax the rich. And I said, Ma'am Donnie said everybody's going to get a 2% tax increase in the entire state to pay for New York. No, he didn't. Okay.
okay.
All
Well,
right.
wait, yeah, go ahead and vote for him. See what happens.
Yeah. Well, they're going to vote
And
for him.
he's gonna defund the police, of which they're the second largest PD in the country at 48,000 members. And they have a very, 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 very strong union. Let's see how that goes, pal.
Right. Wait,
I,
is all of a sudden the Democratic Socialist Party going to become the Union Busters? Wouldn't that be a twist?
that would be
Right?
right, right.
Because with 48,000 due-paying members plus
Yeah,
donors,
yeah,
they've got a shit ton of money to pay lawyers to sue the shit out of the city
yep,
and Mamdani if he starts laying people off or even terminating people.
sure,
And they'll do it immediately. They'd do
immediately.
it for anybody who
Yeah,
tried to downsize the workforce.
yeah. I, you know, the so Tanya has several pieces of art in the Salmagundi Club in New York City, and it's in Soho. And Soho's kind of a, like a hippie enclave and stuff.
Sure.
Uh, but the first time we went there in 2016, I felt totally safe. People outside. It was September, so it was cool but not cold.
Yeah.
And all
60s,
these walk
70s.
ups, all the brownstone walk ups and stuff. People sitting down, and Tanya and I are walking, holding hands, and we're like, "Hey, hey, hey," and it was cool. We went back in 2023, and I was like, "Don't make eye contact. Let's just keep moving forward." And of course, Tanya's naive, and she's like, "No, this is," and I'm like,
Sure.
"No, it's
Sure.
not the same neighborhood we walked through last time." And
Well, but a lot of
ultimately, when we got to the gallery, when we got done, I said, "We're taking an Uber back to the hotel. We're not walking."
sure. Well, obviously you can identify the threat, but where I was going with Tanya is I think that's a normal reaction to people who just assume they just assume it's safe,
Yeah.
right? They made the assumption. And they're like,
Yeah.
"Ah, look, they're just sitting on the stump." Although you're looking over at them, and you could see they're looking at you, and they're going, "Man, I could tell your chick's wearing $300 shoes right now. You
Right.
guys must have some money."
Right. And I'm
Right?
wearing my Omega Seamaster Pro, and I got a sport coat on.
Did you well, on that, do you see a lot of people are, opting not to watch up anymore because of the way things are?
Yeah,
They're not watching up, and
that's
they
crazy, dude.
well, I mean, it we've
It's
lived through
crazy, bro.
I mean, the defund the police movement started with Barack Obama. Now, it slowed down under Trump, but blue cities and blue states were still doing it, and then you look at this Mamdani thing, they're the only way I can explain it is you cannot get groups of people, generations of people who have been trained in school, which whether it's K through 12 or they went to college or even worse, master's degrees,
Yeah,
that are told, no, no, literally, we are the richest country in the world. Everything can be free.
right.
Everything can be free. You shouldn't have to pay. You should have what they call universal health care. You should have free health care. You should have free. And Mam Domney, one of his issues was, hold on, let me get it. He said universal child care, so meaning free child care for all, free buses. I can
Right.
tell you, the bus system already gives you basically free bus fare, even if you're paying $4 a ticket. Because in New York City, it costs $15 to give a ride. You're paying four of it. Oh, what else did he have? Oh, $7 billion a year is what it would cost people in New York just to provide New York City with free childcare. $7 billion a year. Who pays for that? Oh, the rich. Wait, the billionaires? There's only 98 billionaires in New York City. 98.
Yeah. So
Take
things
all their money.
have been great until you run out of other people's money.
Yeah, but they don't. So the only way through that, I believe, the only way out of that is through.
Yeah.
They're going to have to experience
Yep.
socialism in America and the
Yep.
American Democratic Socialist Party,
Yep.
and they're going to have to just live it.
Gonna
And
have
so
to
all these people that
experience the pain.
New York money, New York
Yep.
money. My wife makes 400 grand a year. I make 600 grand a year.
Yep.
We're not rich. Our apartment cost us uh $7 million. We're not rich.
Yeah.
You are the rich they are going to come for first. You
Every
just,
time.
as a Democrat, you weren't. As a democratic socialist, trust me, that bar just came way down here.
Way
You
down.
are
Yeah.
the rich, and they are
Man,
going
you
to
were
take it
so
from you.
spot on, Sean. That absolutely is the right assessment. Yep.
Well, it's just from experience of hearing it. You remember that? I can't remember what he changed his name a few times, but realistic or it was the dude lived in Chicago. Had some great debates with us on Spaces. He I think
Oh,
it was realistic or ultra realistic,
yeah, yeah.
and he had a profile picture of like a really bloated face Donald
Yeah,
Trump,
yeah, yeah.
and and he was all for the socialist style Democrat, but socialist.
Sure.
He's like, I've got a great job. I live in north end of Chicago. Like none of this will ever. He just told you the truth. None of it will ever affect me.
Right.
Don't you think everybody should get free shit? He goes, I got plenty of money. I don't drive a car. I don't have to drive a car. I don't go right like it doesn't like everyone should get free transportation. We're like,
Yeah.
but you don't go anywhere.
Yep.
He's like, I don't need to go anywhere. I've got a great fucking job. Right?
Oh!
That's the guy specifically I'm talking to. And if he's listening on this thing, I want him to understand this. Those are the people that always, with the way it was under the Democrat Party, with all the
Right.
entitlements and the giveaways of that, which
Right.
was already too much,
Yeah.
it didn't affect them, so they voted for it every time. True socialism, and I should have brought this clip. There's a clip out there of Dami just a year ago saying he absolutely supports socialism, and he absolutely supports Iran.
What?
Iran. Iran, the country.
He said that?
Yeah, I'll have to find the clip and send it to you. It's wild. It was when he was a counselor, city councilor. It was an interview he did. Yeah,
Bro, that's a hard stop. That's a disqualifier right there.
you got AOC Bernie and Kathy Hochul out there rallying for him last night. They held a huge rally for him.
I,
So again, this guy, the the guy that's making 500 grand a year, working in a high rise in Chicago, living in a high rise in Chicago, doesn't pay for gasoline because there's no reason for a car for him. He's got a driver that picks him up for work.
sure.
Those are the people that will first lose all their money. Those are the rich. They thought they were the middle class. And they're like, hell yeah, tax the billionaires. No, no, no. They're going to tax you guys in the 200 to 500,000 a year range
Yeah.
that have a vacation home. They're going to
Right.
take your vacation home.
Yep.
they're gonna they're going to put, as businesses close in your high rise, they're going to section 8 the building, and
Yeah.
so now all of a sudden you'll be living with
Section 8.
frozen rent.
Christ, dude. Come on.
Well, what happens when you freeze rent prices? Do the costs to the owner go down or stay frozen? Do that? I, oh no,
They
the costs
don't
go
go
up.
down, Sean. They don't. Oh my God.
Costs go up every year. So
Every
now
year.
now
It's
the
a 3 to
landlord's losing money.
7% every year.
Now the landlord's losing money. What's he going to do? Well, now the market's shit. He can't sell. Well, then he's going to sell to one of these mega corporations in China.
No, no, not
What?
China, India or Pakistan. It's
Probably,
gonna be
probably
one of
India.
those Hindi companies, you know?
Right, which will have no boots on the ground to come fix your water
Right.
pipe,
Yeah.
and they won't care when you call.
And they don't give a shit. They
Uh,
don't give two shits.
and those apartments will turn into Gaza.
So my neighbor and I are trying to generate some passive income.
Sure.
So we're gonna build maybe a half a dozen duplexes,
Yeah.
here in the area. You know what I mean? And I get a attractive price because I'm a disabled veteran,
Yep.
and so I'm not paying 8%, for the construction loan. But I just felt like I've got to have some freaking passive income because you guys are all over the map, and it doesn't uh, sit right with me. You know what I mean? So
No,
I'm trying
absolutely.
to generate some passive income to go with the, 6 or 7,000 a month I'm getting in Social Security and VA benefits and that kind of thing.
Well, which is what a normal person would do, but you also got to look at first your state. It's a little safer from going socialist right now,
Yeah, yeah,
but you gotta look out long term, right? Like,
right.
because you got to finance these things, and you're going to be stuck in them for a while.
Yep.
And where's the market go? So New York being once or well currently the financial capital of the world, if they tank real estate, it doesn't just affect New York City or New York State. It affects the entire country. It will,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it could be a very destabilizing thing.
Yeah.
Not just across the West. I see a friend of ours, Angry Vulcans. The chat's not working perfectly over on my phone, but
Oh
I
no.
see him. Hey, Angry, good to see you. So yeah, it's again, we're all gonna have to feel the pain of this, even though we don't live there.
Yeah.
The only way out is through, and everybody that's been trained
Yep.
through a couple of generations that we can do socialism right this time
Yep.
is going to have to learn that you can't. You're never going to be able to do socialism right.
Right.
So, what a wild time it's going to be. I so I get I got to hit the ballroom one more time. I know we've talked about this. So, one of my family members who she does not like Trump whatsoever. Um, she's politically active. Usually on the left, but not always. She's been politically active on the
Right.
right and over her time. And so she sent me a story and she goes, I want your honest thoughts about this. And I haven't emailed her back yet, but I'm going to. I mean, it's the right thing to do. Uh, sh she wants my thoughts about the ballroom. And the story she sent was how Trump ripped down history.
Oh,
And
for fuck's sake.
and that this is only proof like the story from the website, right? Basically, and I've seen lots of stories like these. I have a general idea of what it is. Is that this like the other talking point that's out there among that 20% of people
Right.
is that this proves he's never going to leave. He's going to be a dictator forever. Who would build a ballroom and leave? And my first thought is the way I wanted to break it down, see if you're on the same page with me, is that this is an 80-20 issue. So 20% of the country really is freaking out about this.
Right.
And then the other 80% of the country really doesn't give a shit.
They'll give a shit.
Doesn't give a
Yeah.
shit. Don't care.
Yeah.
It was a 1940s building. It
Yeah.
wasn't part of the original historic house.
Yeah.
The West Wing isn't part of the original historic house either.
Right.
And he's gonna do some cool things like upgrading the bunker underneath the East Wing,
Yeah.
that holds the
It's
Situation
gonna be
Room,
awesome, dude. It
and
really is.
you're
And
gonna
it's
have
not about his ego, it's about representing the country.
you
So
will
when
be
you
able
have Japan prime minister come over and you know you have all you can entertain them in a proper fashion.
not outside in the backyard in tents,
Oh,
which is
for
what we were
fuck's
doing,
sake, in the rose garden.
which cost gazillions of dollars. If anybody understands the way it works when government calls and says, I'm having a party, I need tents and caterers. And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, do you have a cool $8 million for the night?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And they're, okay, do you want chairs? Because that's an extra 8 million.
Oh, you want folding tables? Yeah, that's 9 million more.
9 million more, right? And you're in a pinch because you've got 3 days. You just found out the Japanese premiere is coming. And you're like, yes, I want tables. Ah. Oh God, this is gonna be the most expensive party this week.
My God, dude.
So, well, all right. Again, you have ears to the ground. You talk to people. I think it's an 80-20 issue. 20% of the people think they're just losing their minds for the wrong reasons, but
Right.
they are, and that's an issue. It's a huge issue for them, and they want to do things like make sure. Eric Swalwell said, "I want to make sure that any Democrat that runs for president next vows to destroy the ballroom."
He said that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I, he's such a fucking douche nozzle.
Isn't he?
Oh, I would just love to beat his ass. And I'm old.
That's
Wow, dude.
yeah. Yeah, destroy a building that was free to you. That every future president, no matter what party, including the Communist Party if the left wins,
Yeah, yeah,
will get to use. Instead of having a state dinner in January
yeah,
where you have to have 37 propane heaters out
yeah.
underneath a tent on
Yeah,
top of
you're
plywood.
inside the storied and historic Capitol building, which is where you should be.
Right. They don't have it. They don't have they don't have the space. They don't even have the space in the Capitol building to do this. This thing, so they say it about 90,000 square feet. I'm guessing probably closer to 100 after you get
Wow.
the the kitchen and any maintenance areas,
Yeah,
HVAC systems, things like that. Probably closer to 100, but 90,000 usable feet. But to put that in perspective, you're looking at like a 1992 Walmart. It's about
yeah,
100,000 square feet. Not today's mega Walmart. Those are
right.
350,000 square feet. But go back to the 80s, if you remember that and remember a Walmart, that's about 100,000 square feet of usable space.
Yep,
And they're saying it'll hold 900 to 1,000 people. That's all right. So, but that's just guess. That doesn't include security for whoever else needs to be
or
there. That
whoever.
doesn't include
That's exactly right.
cooking staff. That doesn't include
Yep,
maintenance staff that'll be on site. That doesn't include our own Secret Service,
yep,
which is part of the reason the building needs to be the way it is. And to your point, Paul, we don't have a place in the Capitol that we can secure properly and hold people, which is why we put them on the lawn at the White House because
right.
that property we can secure. You
Yeah,
can't just go rent a hall at the convention center in DC and
that's
hold
right.
a state dinner, right? You're not having the Dalai Lama or the
You're not.
premier.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
So whatever. It's boring to me. All right, and I got robot news. Tomorrow, Amazon's laying off 30,000 people. They said by the end, or by 28, so by the end of 27, 75% of their employees will be replaced with robots. Paul,
What?
yeah, no, that was out today. 75% of their employees, and I think they're releasing these things slowly. So there was a shareholders packet that came out about 3 weeks ago that said
Okay.
that they plan by 2030 to basically replace 90 to 95% of all humans with robots and AI. But now they're dropping news bits to CNBC and Fox Business and to get the nuggets out there for the public to
Sure.
consume.
Yeah.
And the first one was tomorrow. They said it today. They're giving a 1 day notice. Amazon is laying off 30,000, permanently laying off 30,000 employees.
I
They
saw
have
that.
they
Yep.
have 1.2 million, so it's like if you look at the percentage, that's not a lot yet. But they're saying so it's the end of 2025 now, basically. They're
Right.
saying by the end of 2027, they will replace 75% of their 1.2 million workers globally with robots and not replace them.
Really?
Yeah.
Say, could you say that again?
75% of the humans will lose their jobs and be replaced by robots or AI. Amazon announced this. 2 years. In 2 years. Yes. It'll be more efficient. Amazon will make more money. They also said that we'll even be able to reduce prices, but I can't remember the percentage, but it was something
Right.
close to like 7% on everything because of the efficiency of AI and robotics versus using humans who
Yeah.
take a 30-minute 15 and show up 2 hours late because they were out at the the bar the night before.
Wow.
Well, we've all either been an employee or been an employer and had employees, right? So as we're looking at this, and I wish our friend Edward would have got to join because he thinks that it's never going to happen. And I'd said Amazon was going to be the first. I guarantee you, Sam's Club, you will all know them as Walmart, but Sam's Club is the
Yeah.
parent company,
Yeah.
is following suit and will be 6 months, no less than 6 months to a year behind. And so people are really going to have to start looking at what we do next. It's going to start with warehouse, retail, all of that stuff, but I mean, it's going to eventually do. You're going to call a company, or you'll probably use an app and say, "I've got a leak under my sink," and a robot will come over and replace the
And
faulty valve.
repair it. Yeah.
Yeah, replace the faulty valve.
Wow.
And then you go, well, where do humans fit in then? What do humans do? And well, they're not going to work. Well, okay. Well, then how do humans make money is the question.
Wow.
So it
Wow.
starts. No. Think about that. It starts tomorrow with a very small
No,
percentage on a
yeah,
large
yeah,
chunk of employees.
yeah. I'm, I get you.
Well, we looked at that when it comes to military moving towards AI and robotics. I mean, so the private sector and the public sector are moving straight through this together at the same time, right? Yeah.
Right.
Now, are you still going to have a bunch of military personnel for the next, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, 20 years? Probably, because you got to move the robots. You got to get them to where you want them to
You
be.
gotta get them to where you want 'em. Yeah, that's right.
But when you got a C-117 that's controlled by an AI, uh huh. Well, then, yeah, well, I'll just throw in shit against the wall, so to speak. Once the long range cargo planes, and they could refuel now, and I say that because we're also looking at this in the private sector with Elon Musk's Starship, where it will go up, it will be refueled by another Starship so that it can light the candle again and get on a trajectory for Mars. So I'm not saying anything that's out of the realm of current public knowledge. But once all that happens, then you take the humans out of it completely, completely. it's, it's wild. And
So I
just hypothetically, what do humans
I
do in
just
the
can't
military? What
say.
do humans do
Yeah.
when once we're
No, no,
fully
no. Yeah.
Skynet?
I just
Where do humans fit in?
I can't say it, bro.
Where do humans fit? Where does the accountant fit in? When you could use Think about this. The accountants was a normally higher paying job. You could get a contract with Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT and say,
Right.
I need you to plug into my ERP system, handle all my accounting, and give me my quarterly reports. And I'm
Yeah.
willing to pay Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT
Right.
$200,000 a year to do that. Well, instead of paying 37 accountants $200,000 a year to do
Right.
that, and they will do it without complaint. They will
Right.
do it accurately. They will do it efficiently, very quickly. The AI doesn't need a break. And it can already do all of the accounting. They just haven't turned it on yet because we don't know as humans, even me, I don't know what we all go do then. But the technology is there. It's wild.
So, no, you're right. So, we're looking at 4 different companies that provide um, competitive intelligence on certain programs.
Yeah,
And I have to say, Sean, the average for 1, 2, or 3 users is about 40 to 50K a year.
sure.
So we're a small business. We're in a government shutdown. I can't. I can't. I'm not doing that. And so the folks that work with me and say, hey, let's readdress this at the first of the year, blah, 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 versus, oh, you got to make a decision by 6 o'clock tonight. And I'm like, are you William H. Macy in Fargo?
Right?
You really need a Scotch Guard. You got to have that Scotch Guard protection. And I'm like, yeah. So I've been doing this 20 years, so I'm going to reach in my pocket and give you a whole bunch of go fuck yourself because you have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
I I think
Eh,
see it right, but I think that's where we're at. Well, like all sectors
Yeah,
are at right now is
yeah,
I know it's out there. I
yep,
know ultimately if I pull the trigger, it will be better for the business, but I can't pull the trigger yet because I
right,
don't know what the future
right,
holds
yep,
with a number of things. Government shutdown, inflation's still at 3.6%, even though Trump says it's down.
yeah,
Unemployment is ridiculously high, even though Trump
yep,
says it's down.
yep,
There's economic factors that's holding this up. If the economy was really, really good,
yeah.
they'd just turn the
I'd pull
switch.
the trigger in a minute, but I just can't.
Right.
I told you why earlier. Our 2 or 3 biggest contracts have sent, 70% of the workforce home.
Yeah.
I just don't have the money. So chill the fuck out, dude. I'd like to do business with you, but you gotta wait.
Well, they're
And
all
don't do that fucking used car shit with me because if you do, I'm gonna send you to the house because I don't give a shit. You're not gonna tell me I'll give you this very attractive pricing.
right.
You have to decide by 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay,
Okay.
dude, I got to talk to my CEO, and you're leaving me 45 minutes. The fuck?
Right? Not happening. Not happening. Well, I think the reason they're also doing that is because they know they have a limited window as the human salesperson to pitch these things
Yes.
because
Well,
it won't
and,
be
and I get
with
that.
this that whole relationship where we used to go to conferences and we used to
Yep.
mingle and you used to get buddy buddy with people.
Yep.
That also was a massive expense that will go away in the next 5, 10 years because we won't have any of that,
Right.
right?
And I agree with all that, Sean. But at the same time, you need to show me a little flexibility. We're a legitimate company, going to give you $40,000 a year, you know?
I
Good.
think that
I'm
I
not going to make a decision by 6 o'clock this evening.
I think one of the jobs that will remain that will be human will be kind of like almost mid-level manager that's an account manager, but they won't just sit on their ass 40 hours a week or 39 hours a week and then take a meeting on Friday at 4 o'clock and dismiss everybody. I think they will literally be working their ass off as a customer service representative, probably 50 or 60 hours a week.
Oh,
Because
100%. Yeah. And
uh,
so I'm a senior executive,
sure,
and Scott is a senior executive, and we are both doing that.
you're already doing that.
Yeah, we're doing that low level work. But because we're a small and we're being affected by the government closure, I can't, dude, I got this gal she's the best at that kind of stuff. And even at 60 grand, I can't bring her on
Hmm.
because we've had all these shutdowns and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally do. I totally do. Will that it's gonna suck. I don't see Schumer giving up on this, but once that comes back out of it, I was just looking,
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
because I'm watching. If Amazon's just going screw you all, we're going AI
Yeah.
and robots. I'm looking into the future and going, oh boy, it's here, and
Yep.
that's what I think. The very few human jobs that'll be left would be it's basically going to be a customer service rep that normally AT&T or somebody's going to pay $15 to an hour, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to pay them like 80 grand a year because they're going to handle 500 accounts,
Yeah. Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that when they're yelling at their AI, "Give me a human," you're the asshole on the other end of the phone that they chew
Yeah.
out, and it's going to be an awful, awful job. Right? Because you're like, the AI already could have fixed your thing, but sure, let me log in and do it for you because you wanted to talk to a human. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, I'm also using the AI that you pay for
That
to
you
fix your
pay
own
for.
problem.
Right.
To fix your own problem. Thanks
Yep.
for letting me log in.
Hey, hey, Sean, my site manager in the Philippines,
Yeah,
it's coming up on 9 a.m. there. I got a call with him. I
right
need to
on.
do some prep work, so I got to drop, bro.
Right, sounds good. Let's close it out.
Yep. Okay.